Hey guys, welcome back to the New 9 Golf YouTube channel. I'm your host Brandon Cubitt, and today we are unboxing the PhiGolf. PhiGolf is something I've seen in sponsored ads on Facebook and Instagram, and it definitely caught my attention. So kind of what the video showed me online was that it's basically a simulator for your house. So it's not a full golf swing. I think it has kind of like a half-length club that you can hook up to your TV and play almost like a video game. So we're gonna unbox it, play around with it, and tell you if it's worth buying. So check out this video, and I hope you guys like it. Okay, we're gonna open up this PhiGolf box. So we bought it on Amazon, and it came to us in 3 or 4 days. Okay guys, we just opened the Phi box, or the shipping container. So let's see what this guy looks like out of the box. There we go. That looks a little bit more familiar to what I had seen on these advertisements. So we see right off the top, I see kind of what looks like a golf club with a grip. It has some type of data plug, I guess I'm going to call it. It looks very similar to like the Arco's tip, and then a golf ball at the end. So what does it say? It says there's world famous golf courses around the world, tournaments and events, online multiplayer, multiple game modes. It looks pretty cool. I'm definitely excited to get this thing out of the box and hooked up to a TV. So let's open this thing up, and we'll see what is inside the box. Okay, we got this thing out of the box. Now we're going to take a look through what we're seeing and kind of the instructions as to what we need to get this thing out of the box. So let's take a look at this thing. It looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps to get this thing to golfing. That's where we want to be. We got to start over here. This little guy will come out. There's a little instruction manual, but it looks pretty straightforward. So there is this little guy. This, I think, is what controls and connects all of the data. So it says to take this little guy out and put it in the end of our golf club. Wow, that is a lot heavier than I was anticipating. I'm not gonna lie. So first step is to put this in the top of the club. Okay, that took some force for sure. Now it says we gotta hook it up to our phone, and then we're good to golf. So let's see if this thing has a charge. All right, now that our sensor's charged, we're gonna open up the PhiGolf app. So all we have to do is get it connected. You'll get a notification right away that it does say that you're connected. Now you're pretty well set to golf. The app looks pretty cool. Looks like the app has good graphics. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna hook it up to our TV or how we wanna play in the living room and trial out the software. All right, welcome to my living room. We're just about ready to start swinging the PhiGolf. One of the things they give us is this safety strap. So the safety strap goes on the club, and it's got a little pulley that I can tighten it close to my wrist. That way, if I do let go of the club, it's not gonna swing into my TV or swing at anyone around me. So in my living room, I don't have a ton of space, but I have more than enough space to give this guy a swing. What we could do is we could also take out the sensor and put it into one of our real clubs. I'll plug it in just to show you the difference, but for the space that I have, I'm gonna swing with their tool. Now, the first couple times I've played around just swinging this, it's obviously a little different than swinging a golf club. Inside there is a little weight that when you get to the top of your swing and you come down, you can hear the weight transfer, and you'll hear a click as far as your swing goes. So I've done maybe 15, 20 warm-up swings, and I'm already starting to feel it in the body that it just has a different torque, a different motion than a normal golf club, and I'm starting to feel it in the body. So we'll see how it goes when we start trying it on the app. Okay, so I brought us to the driving range. Automatically it sets us up on our driver, so I'm gonna bring it just to a pitching wedge just for a lower club. I'm gonna hit it a couple times and just to see how far the ball goes, and we'll move up in the club so we get a better idea of what the distances are. Okay, now I'm on the driving range, and you can see in the middle of the screen there's kind of a dial going back and forth. What that's doing is it wants me to keep the club still before I hit. We'll wait for the dial to go blue. Now that it's blue, I can give it a swing, and there we see the ball release. So that thing went about 90 yards, and that was like a half swing. Again, we're with a pitching wedge, and since playing around with this, I find the distances to be totally false and inaccurate. So I don't know if that's a app thing or a sensor thing. I'll give it a 100% swing, and we'll see how far that goes. All right, so it's telling me that my max distance with a pitching wedge is about 115 yards. You can see at the driving range that it instantly went right, where I think I'm swinging pretty straight. We'll try to manipulate it just to see if we can do a purposeful slice or a purposeful draw, but first we're gonna change our club up. So let's go to like a 6-iron. All right, we've got the 6-iron, and I'm gonna do what I can to try to move the ball left to right just to see how responsive that is. Let's try a slice. All right, the ball did go to the right side, so I tried to push it to the right, and that's what it looks like that it did. Now let's try to hit it the other way. We'll try to hit a draw and see if it's as responsive. So it looks like it did draw a little. That went down the line. My normal shot shape is maybe a little fade, so it's tougher for me to turn the ball over, but it looks like it was pretty responsive. One swing being like a slice swing, the other being a draw. It's just trying to hit it straight down the middle that seems to be the problem. Let's try to hit something straight with a 6-iron. It came out to the right, but I want to talk about distance again. So it's saying that my max distance with a 6-iron is 130 yards, which is not even close. My regular 6-iron is like 200 yards. As I've played through the range, I've played with the pitching wedge, sand wedge, all the way up to a driver, and I noticed that the distances are totally off. So as far as reviewing this goes, I find the numbers unrealistic. Even if it was at sea level and I'm only losing maybe 15, 20 yards max, inaccurate. So as far as a critique goes, I find that the distances aren't even close. We'll get off the range, we'll go to a course so you can see what that looks like. So inside the course list, you can see that there's hard, normal, and then easy courses. For whatever reason, I have a bunch of hard opened up, so let's just see what one of those looks like. So while the course is loading, I'll tell you how to aim in this thing. This sensor, if you turn it to the left or to the right, that's how it'll aim you on the course. So I'll show you once our tee lines up, that now you can see me turning this dial is how I've been aiming. So on the range, I had that bit of a slice. So I'm just gonna aim to the right to just start it there, and hopefully it comes back to the middle. All right, we made it to the fairway. Just as I predicted, we had a bit of a slice. That's just in using the app a couple times to know that my ball is going to the right. It picks a club for you, so unless that you've gone through the driving range to get an idea of what your club distances are, I'm just gonna use the club that it picked for me. Again, I'm gonna aim a little to the left because my ball is going to the right, and I'll give it a swing. Now, sometimes it doesn't register a swing, so I don't know if that's a motion thing or of movement, but I took a normal swing, the light went blue, it didn't work, we'll try it again. All right, not bad. I aimed left and it actually didn't go to the right, so that's kind of shame on me for aiming over there. It's just like real golf. You play for a slice and you hit it dead straight. Now we're chipping. Chipping again is something that takes a little bit of getting used to on the range. I'm just gonna do a feel shot. All right, we made it to the putting surface. No release, checked on a dime, must be a Pro V1 that we're playing. So putting, you can see some grids on the green to try to read the putt as best as you can, similar to other video games like Tiger Woods on Xbox. Those types of games, it's the same type of concept. Again, we wait for it to go blue. And way past the hole. So obviously poor distance there. Depending on the golfer that you are, like if you really care, you could go, you could play 10 minutes a hole really trying to line everything up. But if you're just with the buddies having a couple beers, you know, you're tired of waiting for the next guy to go, well, burn the edge again. It really depends on what you're trying to accomplish. I think the goal of this game is to just swing in your living room while it's snowing out like it is right now. So clearly haven't practiced my putting as much as some of the other stuff, but I think you get the idea. Okay, so there we played a hole so you can kind of see what the course looks like as well as swinging. Like anything, it takes some practice to play around on that driving range to get an idea of how far the clubs are going. It is pretty fun. Like the thing that's frustrating is the distances that of course, you know, you would want your swing in your living room to translate to what you hit into real life, because then you start doing things that you wouldn't normally if you're trying to swing harder or swing across the ball, that it's, you know, it's a video game. So I think for that purpose, it's fun. This game I don't think is supposed to make you any better at golf. It's more or less to just keep the swing loose. I think it was a fun game. I would definitely play it with some friends. It'll take some getting used to. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hook up the sensor to a golf club just so you can see the difference in that type of swing. Okay, I put the sensor into my lob wedge. It's the shortest club in my bag, so I'm hoping I have enough room to give it a swing in here. Hopefully I don't let go and that the TV is safe, but we're gonna just compare the training aid that it gives us into a real club. So here we are on the second hole, and we're gonna give this guy a swing. So that went 293. That was obviously way further than my, you know, puny 200 plus drive. So it makes a big difference actually to put it into a real club. I think the weight of the head, obviously, I don't know what it comes down to the sensor to make that go quicker, but if you want some realistic numbers, I suggest that you put it in a real club. Okay, so we're in the fairway. We're gonna try another fairway shot with our regular club. And you know, if you have a wife like mine, you might want to take the full club out when she's not home, like what we did today. So if she saw me swinging this club in the living room, probably not super excited. Therefore, we have the training aid when she's home, but we'll give this another swing and see if we can get similar distance. No, it doesn't like that one. So again, I felt like I did a very similar swing to my drive. The drive went great, and that second shot didn't go as according to plan. Again, it's a video game, so it's giving you the chance to swing, to see a course, to, you know, pretend you're hitting a golf ball, the same type of movements, and then there's obviously the competitive edge with your friends if you guys are playing for some skins or whatever the case may be. So like we said in the title of this video, we're calling this the $300 simulator. That if you obviously can't afford a full simulator in your house and you're on a bit of a budget, but you still want to swing the club, that this is a pretty good alternative. That in Canada is about 300 bucks. I think in the US maybe it's 250. But overall, for what it's trying to accomplish, I think it's a pretty good buy. So what PhiGolf is trying to do and to try to bring golf into your living room, I definitely think they're doing that. I'm interested to keep up with them to see how the software develops in the next couple years. You can play online. There's a lot of game features that we didn't go through, but to give you a rough rundown and to kind of see what the graphics look like, I think it's a pretty good buy. So we're giving this the new 9 stamp of approval, and hopefully you could enjoy playing in your living room as much as I've had fun practicing the last couple weeks here. So check out our next videos. Stay tuned with what we have coming next. We've got a lot of clubs to review over this winter, and support your local golf community where you can. Maybe you're lucky enough to keep golfing, which we're obviously jealous of, but enjoy the process, have a lot of fun out there, meet some new people, and support your local golf community. Thanks so much for watching. We'll check in with you next time.